Hello and welcome to Devotions. It was 1 year ago today, around 6:15 in the evening, where people in Winona and the surrounding South Jersey got an emergency text saying, take cover because a tornado is coming down in the area. It only took 10 or 15 minutes before a tornado came through Winona, causing devastation right through the middle of town. And a number of other tornadoes landed in other neighborhoods, causing devastation there as well. When we left our houses, we were in shock. Could not imagine that much force coming and barreling through in such a thin slice of the city. It's easy to ask the question, why? Why, God? Why is this happening? And there were very faithful, godly people in Scripture that asked that same question in their own calamity. Why, O Lord? Job himself asked the question why, and his response, that God's response to him is, who are you that you could possibly understand what happens in this world? I am the creator of the universe. How do you possibly think you could understand why things work the way they do? And it was a humbling moment for Job. I don't have an answer as to why things happen, but I do know that when we turn from asking the question why and we begin to ask the question, God, how are you responding to the devastation? And how do you want me to respond to the devastation? That begins to change who we are, and it allows us to grow in faith. Psalm 46 says this, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in times of trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth should change, though the mountains shake in the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble with its tumult. That particular section is pointing out that natural disasters happen and it's overwhelming, and we need not fear, but put our trust in God. That's exactly what we did in this community. It was only an hour or so after the devastation that people were out with chainsaws cutting trees that weren't connected to any electric lines. And for the next 3 weeks, neighbors that barely talked to each other were helping out one another. Folks who had nothing wrong with their house were making sure that people who had damage were cared for, that we heard their story of concern and question. There were people from the outside that came in and they brought food, and they brought supplies like rakes and tarps and other things so that we could clear out the mess. It was a wonderful sight to behold that in the midst of devastation, there is also new life, new hope, new faith. The scripture of Psalm 46 continues by saying, come, behold the works of the Lord. See what desolations God has brought upon the earth. God makes wars to cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. God burns the shield with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted upon the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Let us keep in prayer not just the folks who are still recovering from the tornado here in this area, but let us keep our heart in prayer for those who are facing natural disaster across the country and across the globe, whether it be Pakistan or Florida or Dallas or places in the Southwest where flash floods have just caused massive problems. Please pray. Remember that God is with us. The Lord will watch over us, protect us. the Lord will give us the faith and the strength we need for each and every day. May you open your eyes and behold what wondrous things God is doing in the world today. God bless.